How's it going, everybody? Kyprotonic here. Sorry for a few days without an upload, but kind of random things have been occurring. Anyway, we have a random Pokemon battle here today, and yeah, the opponent will be in the title because I can kind of find like random people, so remembering their name or even like when I edit the video, I'm just kind of lazy just to save the video in their name. So looking at the opponent's team really quickly, I kind of see he kind of has a fire team with the usage of Ninetales and Victinium. Maybe Rotom might be more defensive or maybe offensive, I'm not really too sure. He also has a Latios and Latias, and yeah, you just gotta be, I guess probably Latios is more useful than anything on this team because of the sheer power, but most of his pokes are not really too threatening just because I'm actually running Rain. I'm not going to really be bothered about leads, so I'm just going to go lead with Politoed because obviously, you know, it kind of makes sense to lead with Rain over the Sun, but he makes the correct decision, and he's actually going to lead with Latios. So I'm going to protect because this is actually kind of a more bulky-ish type of Politoed, so I'm just going to like eventually try and wither down all this Latios's Draco Meteors. So I'm going to switch into Chansey, who's going to take the Draco Meteor fairly decently, but not too well. Now he's going to switch out into Bronzong. I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks because I can kind of see he doesn't have a spinner on his team, and also he actually has a Victinium, Rotom and Ninetales, so they're going to be taking a big chunk of their HP from the Stealth Rock. Predicting his Stealth Rock, I'm going to go straight into Gyarados. Not really too sure what he might want to try and do, but at this point I'm going to go straight for the Waterfall because I'm actually still in the Rain, and he actually decides to go into Rotom and allows that thing to die, which was a very unusual decision on my thinking because I didn't expect him to do that. I thought maybe Latias would have come in there, but I guess not. Now he goes into his Ninetales. I'm not gonna be too afraid just because I actually do have Moxie or Overconfidence kicking in. I thought maybe it would kill there, you know, the Waterfall, because it is still quite powerful. But, you know, with the Sun up, the water move will be cut in half, or just will be reduced. And then he misses Will-O-Wisp, which kind of sucks, but now I'm actually a +2 Gyarados. So, kind of feeling bad. I'm going to stay in here knowing that this Waterfall will not do too much to this Latios. And yeah, it's not going to kill, so I kind of thought maybe I don't really want to, you know, be like a mean person and just like switch out there and go into something else, but I kind of really didn't have anything else to do, and plus I kind of like prefer to have a better battle than I have recently because I'm actually quite sweeping with. I've had a few battles where I've actually swept teams just with Gyarados. It's kind of quite scary actually. So I'm going to go straight back into Politoed with him being at -2. I know I can easily take one, and I'm going to go straight for Boiling Water because I'm going to hit something pretty hard, I guess, because now his Ninetales is out the way, so I'm going to have Rain all game. And yeah, he decides to sacrifice his Victini there. So that's kind of like two major threats, I guess, because Victini can be very scary sometimes if it's banded. But I get rid of that thing very nicely there, so I'm not going to complain. Now in comes Latios. This is kind of the only thing that's kind of threatening left. Yeah, I kind of had like a long out battle against this Latios because this is kind of why the battle turns out to be a lengthy time. I'm just going to protect there, obviously, and just to wear down one of his Draco Meteors. Going to go straight back into Chansey because I know I can take him fairly well. But it seems to be like a 2-hit KO now with me obviously carrying the Evolution Stone or Evilite or whatever you want to call it. So obviously my defenses and special defenses will be increased. Now I'm going to go straight into Jirachi because I figured maybe Jirachi could maybe start setting up on things. Then I realised, oh wait, he actually has the Latias, so that was a bit silly on my behalf. I forgot about this thing, and this thing's more going to be able to just like phase anything because it's more likely to be carrying the Raw, and it's easily going to take any of my hits because I'm only carrying the Water Pulse and Thunder, so that's not really going to be doing anything sufficiently to him. But like at this point, I'm just kind of hoping I can actually get like either a Paralysis or even like a Confusion up on that thing, you know, just to be more of a haxer. Because, you know, that's what Jirachi does best. So two Dragon Pulses are easily going to finish my substitute there. At this point, I don't know what I want to try and do. I'm going to have to switch out regardless just because I can't really do anything to his Latias. So I'm going to go straight into Politoed and kind of maybe try and scare it out with the Ice Beam eventually. Dragon Pulse does a sufficient amount of damage. It's not... considering that how much that did, I'm going to guess it's more specially defensive. I could be wrong still because I am actually quite specially defensive myself. So he is faster, so I'm kind of suspecting now he might be one of those really fast-paced, specially defensive Latioses. I think I could be wrong by saying that, but I've kind of run like a very fast Latias with like a lot of defense, special defense investment. It kind of works sometimes. I do get the Toxic up on that thing. I'm going to go for Protect here just to, you know, try and Toxic stall this thing out. And yeah, he's going to switch out into his Latios. And then he decides to show him his Solar Beam. That kind of made no sense to me just because, yeah, I know he might be running like a Sun team, but I don't get why maybe Solar Beam on a very powerful thing like this. Maybe like running Psychic or Surf or even Thunderbolt would have been more sufficient at this point, you know. It would make sense, you know, if you actually do run into teams like Rain and Sand, you know, Solar Beam is going to be very useless. So I don't know why he didn't run that type of stuff or why he didn't actually show that if he does have it. But regardless, he does kill off my Politoed. I'm going to go straight into Mamoswine, threaten it out with the Ice Shard, of course. You know, it's not really going to be over-predicting at this point because I kind of have the game somewhat in the bag. But, you know, it's still, I have to play it around these few things. You know, this Latias is still kind of a pain in the ass just to deal with. So Nereus, yeah, this thing is quite cool. It, with its ability of Rain Dish, obviously it's going to recover quite back a lot of HP. I'm just going to try and stall this thing out just a little bit whilst he tries to do something. It's not like he can do really too much to me anyway, just because I am more specially defensive. And plus with him being Toxic, he just has to try and go for something, and it turns out he's just going to continually go for the Dragon Pulse. I just go for Rapid Spin just because I'm still carrying the Mamoswine. I kind of figured maybe Mamoswine would be crucial at this point, you know, because if I actually have my Mamoswine gone, then that Latios is still going to be a little bit of a major threat, just because I can't really go for the prior Ice Shard, and I think at this point I might have been able to take it out. So I'm thinking at this point, you know, oh, things are looking dandy, and yeah, he can't really do too much. You know, I've seen Reflect, Dragon Pulse, and I think another move. And now the thing's at like half HP, and Recover, of course, that's one of the other moves I should probably remembered, but I'm thinking, well, there's not he can really do. I'm just going to go for Boiling Water. Eventually the Toxic is going to rack up on him, and that will probably be the end of the days for the Latias, but at this turn I'm kind of like shocked to see what I actually do see here. And he shows me the Healing Wish, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Just because, obviously, what this does, it actually sacrifices the Pokemon that uses the move. I obviously going to miss my move, and now he brings in his Latios, the stronger of the two. And now all that HP is right back up at full. And that kind of sucks. But obviously Stealth Rock's going to kick in there nicely. So I'm going to go for Protect just to see if he's going to lock himself in Draco Meteor. And he does. So it's not too bad there, but I mean, this thing is still kind of a threat because I don't really like taking Draco Meteors, but working around like the using Protects and, you know, the resisted, or even like taking the hit sometimes. But yeah, I think this is the turn where he actually does get the crit, which you do see. And now I'm actually, I think it might be out of, I think Draco Meteors now, because it only gets a max PP of 8, so that's kind of good. So I'm going to go into not Bronzong, sorry, my Mamoswine. I'm still meaning to change the move up on this thing, but this is actually a battle recorded or like done prior to me uploading the previous battle. I think that you might have saw the other day. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Icicle Spear, and it does a couple of free turns twice over, I believe there. He does get the Toxic up on me, but that's not really too much of a problem. I can still try and go for the kill here. And I'm hoping for like a 5 turn this turn, but I don't get it. Then he shows me a rest. I'm like, oh my god, this is kind of getting to the point where I should have won this game already, but he's obviously got things just to stall the game out a little bit longer, which is not a problem. I mean, I should have just probably dealt with like his Latios a lot more sooner, and this thing should have just been gone a long time ago. But I'm going to go back into Tentacruel now because I don't really want to stay in with my Mamoswine, considering that the Icicle Spear is not really going to be doing too much, and I'm not really going to be banking on getting like 5 turn Icicle Spears over. That's not really gonna happen. So yep, Boiling Water is kind of my stronger of the moves overall on my team that I'm currently left with. He shows me another Reflect, which was quite strange. I don't know why he didn't actually have a Light Screener. He might be carrying Light Screen that Bronzong, I could be wrong, but I would have thought maybe he would have showed me that by now. So in comes a Latios. I'm just going to go for Protect once again just to see what he wants to try and trap himself into. I thought maybe Thunderbolt was coming. Maybe even a Specs Thunderbolt could finish me off, but potentially I could at least live one hit from that. But he shows me Solar Beam once again. Obviously that's not going to do anything. And this is kind of crucial at this point. I actually do get a crit and I actually do get a burn on the Latios. It kind of speeds up the battle a little bit. I mean, yeah, he kind of would have had the chance to do something else, but that kind of doesn't work out. So that's the game. Hope you enjoyed.